Was geht ab, Alien Savages, und willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode. Good old. Lasst uns reden. How are you feeling? I feel so much better day by day. I'm recovering. I can sleep. Like if you're going through something that I went through, I'm not out, it's still a process. Always. Haha. Like getting close to psychosis. For me, the biggest game changer is being able to sleep. One night, no sleeping, no biggie. But the second night, this is when, it got really on the edge for me. So some of my friends here on the island, they're going through the same. And like one of my friends, he also started to take sleeping medication to just like knock him out. And it helped him a lot. Of course, I recommend be cautious to not get into like another addiction. For me, speaking about myself, sleeping medication isn't addiction for me at all, like speaking right now. So I didn't need one tonight. I could sleep. I could sleep. Oh my God, yeah. I could sleep that I actually needed my alarm clock this morning at 6, it's at 6:40 a.m. because I had another Wiki session with my therapist / healer / teacher, however you want to call it. It's like someone asked, like, who's Vicky? Like, what is this? And how I would describe it is like, Dumbledore and Harry Potter, their relationship, or Meister Yoda and Luke Skywalker, their relationship, or Gandalf. He didn't really teach Frodo that much. He like a little bit, but then Frodo was like off. Like I have so much respect for Frodo. He got so little from Gandalf, and then he figured it all out himself. Of course, huge shoutouts and respect to Sam. Without Sam, this wouldn't work at all. But yeah, I guess Gandalf and Bilbo, they had like this relationship as well because they went like on this quest together. So I'm talking about a specific vibration here. And this is what I have with Vicky. And again, I'm not saying like I'm so special. I'm saying you probably have this with someone too. It's maybe your mother or your father or maybe even your boss, your teacher, your older brother, a good friend, where you learn from someone, that you be humble enough that you're teachable. This was a big one for me. Thanks, ayahuasca. Coming back down, being humble, being reachable. Hello, you can reach me now. I read your comments. I reply. I talk to you. My heart is open. I'm feeling. And being teachable. Let's take a deep breath. Fully exhale. Deep inhale. So you probably have this with someone too, where they teach you something that excites you. So from a human in the flesh. So maybe you do a internship as a gardener and the person you actually like, and he's good at it, you learn from. This is like me and Vicky, and I'm on my, whatever you want to call it, let's say alien journey, and there she is my teacher. And it was really powerful just now. I feel really good. We first talked a lot. It's like it's also challenging to go to her because it's actually work. It's not like, oh, I go to her, la la. It's like, oh no, we're going in. And today we went a lot in my family, which was really tough. Because it's like, when Harry Potter goes to Dumbledore in the office, it's not just like, hey, let's eat some candy. Bye, this was fun. No. It is fun. It's a lot of fun. It's actually my favorite scenes because they're like realizing a lot. But what he realized, Harry, he cannot unrealize. He cannot unsee. So always when I go to Wiki, I do remember more and more, which I cannot unremember. It's there now. And just now, like, there are no new things that I realize, especially about my family, that I'm like, I feel now, and I'm feeling pretty alone in it, that I hold this pretty much alone with her. That's great. And then we did some energy work on my stomach. If you don't know, 2020 I had this walk-in experience on my 5th surgery. If you're watching visually, I have this big scar on my belly. And it took me a long time to love my belly. A long, long time, years, to actually love it. And still, I shield it. And with Vicky, she's like one of the only persons I feel comfortable to open my belly. Like all parts of it. Like the nasty stuff that's still there, the darkness that is still there. And we went deep. And it was really trippy. And she gave me some powerful tools that I thought my belly had to hold it all alone, you know? But it's not true. I can get it into my hands, to my fingertips, and down into my feet. And my belly doesn't need to hold it all by himself. So this was really powerful I just speak it now, to not just understand it, but feel it somatically, the sensations in my body. Got really trippy there. All right, how are you feeling? Let's feel our bodies. This is a safe space. Everything is welcome. There's no judgment here. I'm not the biggest fan how I started this podcast today. Forgive myself, I just wanted to say it out loud. Because right before I read some comments and it just got to me a little because there's a lot of hate right now. The vegans really are at me. Hardcore. So I feel that in my body. It's like, why do you need to judge me so hard? Like, but it's okay. I get it. And it still hurts. Let's take a deep sip. It's like another challenge to not close up again. Because for me, it's so easy to disassociate from my feelings. And just have this wall here and not be reachable again. And like, I don't want to be that anymore. I want to stay vulnerable and actually feel what I'm feeling and share that. But getting all this hate is like challenging to not put this wall in between because it actually hurts me. Like I feel like I let a lot of my like a lot of vegans, I feel like I let a lot of them down. And this was never my intention. I also talked to Vicky about it. And she was like, you know what vegan actually means? She was like, being harmless. And being vegan has like 25% to do with what you're actually eating. And that people hating you like this is not vegan. Because they're causing harm. And I was like, yeah. I remember I was in Berlin and I was holding a sign where I wrote, vegan is just another word for peace. And then I remember, yeah, this is what vegan means for me. It's another word for peace. Being harmless. And it's just a portion of what you're eating, but that's not all we do. And judging others, being mean to others, being aggressive, hating, is causing harm. That's not vegan. And for me, it's not 100%. No, it's about doing the best we fucking can. And I was losing my mind. So I ate some animal products to stay grounded in this reality. Did I absolutely need it? Probably not. I would probably be still here if I wouldn't have eaten those 2 bites of sausages, 2 bacon strips, and a bunch of eggs, and some dairy in junk food. I would probably still be here. Do I regret it? No. Because I had to do it. Because this is actually waking us up together. Because this happened, like this went like pretty viral. I posted this breakfast plate that had like the bacon and the sausages and the eggs on it. People were freaking out. So it gets it all on the table, so we can all look at it. So we're all vomiting our judgment, all of it. And now I'm like taking this vomit of all of us, and I actually like look at it together. Like this is a safe space where I'm not like throwing the vomit back at you or whatever. No, I'm owning it. And I'm creating a safe space where we can look at it together. Like here, this is what I've done. Let's look at it together. Yeah, what does vegan even mean? And if you consider yourself a vegan, I ask you, are you actually doing the best to be harmless in all the ways? And maybe next time you want to like hate someone, judge someone, maybe like have this momentary pause, taking a deep breath. And actually coming back to the roots of compassion. You know? That's what veganism is, compassion. Like, hey, here I'm another animal. Do you have compassion for me? And I'm just being honest, you know? Like, do you know how many people on social, whatever, but then in real life? And I don't want to do that. No, I want to show you all my shadows. Because I don't want a single person to feel bad that they watch me and think like, Ferdi is perfect, and then they feel super ungrounded and eat some eggs and feel horrible. I don't want you to feel like that. So I'm showing you all my shadows. Because we all have them. Many people are just hiding them and put so much shame around them. And I invite us to drop all the shame. And then many of you or some of you suggested it's time to also drop the name Vegans. Some said it in a nice way, some in a not so nice way. And I was reflecting on that. And I feel like you're right. Makes a lot of sense. Like the name Vegans was great for like my career for a long time, where I focused on veganism and building muscles as a vegan, which I'm not anymore. I don't consider myself vegan anymore. Because I feel like any labels lead so quickly to judgment. And that's why I love just going with my name, Ferdi, because it doesn't mean anything. So it doesn't allow to identify with something that you can then judge because I don't live up to that. So I love my name. Really grateful for my mom that she named me Ferdinand. And it's pretty long, so I like Ferdi. It's also like more my inner child. Ferdi, like friends. Ferdi Beck. Beck is my last name. So I'm gonna change my name on like my podcast, like Spotify, and on YouTube, like on Google, to Ferdi Beck. And on Instagram, I have like 2 Instagram pages right now. My main one, V Gain Strengths, I got verified years ago and I cannot change my name. It's like, contact the support team, but there is no fucking support team. If you can help me with that, gladly reach out. Like, this is a bitch. I'm trying that for years. I don't like V Gain Strengths. I want to like name it to Ferdi Beck. But yeah, I cannot change it right now, just so you know. I don't know how to. But my second Instagram, it's called V Gains, which I paid €1,000 to get that name. I'm now gonna change to Ferdi Beck, probably. Let's see if that's possible. Let's take a deep sip. Yeah, feeling really emotional. Because my inner child wants to like apologize and like, hey, I'm coming back, I'm vegan again, I'm sorry, this was a mistake. Love me again, please. But this is not who I am. I have to honor who I am. And this is that, yeah, I'm waking up hardcore in the timeline and being grounded is a bitch for me. It's my biggest challenge. And I took it a little too far with like consuming bashar, psychedelics. So I need to come back grounded in a dense body and I take everything that helps me. And it helped me. It did. When I said earlier, was it necessary? No, but it helped me. It made it easier. Like the alternatives are, I didn't want to fly back to Germany and hospitalizing myself. Like I said it in the last podcast, it would be really traumatizing because I know I will come back right here to this point. This is who I am. I know exactly what I'm doing. And if I would get out of my power, fly back to Germany, clinicalize myself, and say, oh, I was crazy, and then eventually like, oh no, I wasn't. And then I'm coming back here in a year. I don't want to like waste a year. This doesn't excite me, what I just named. Staying here, working with Vicky, doing this podcast, like I get such clear guidance from my higher self. Such clear. A little too clear because it's like I'm both now. Hello, I'm here too. But I'm compartmentalizing again more that it's like I can be more my physical self again. So I know like really clearly what to do. And that's why I would even change it now. Yeah, eating meat was necessary. It's like this and that, you know. But like, yeah, I was really in a critical state. Like I'm not this guy that like you don't think I get it? Like I did spend the last 10 years like advertising veganism. Like I understand it all. And it makes perfect sense. But we have to honor our bodies. Like we're physical beings and we have to allow our bodies to catch up. And I didn't do that. So no, I'm not the guy that would just eat meat because it's yummy. I don't care. No, I fucking care so much. Do you even know how much I care? Don't you say I don't care. But do you care about me? And do you actually let it in that I was in such a critical state and that going home, all this is like fear and this is not who I am? Like, do you actually allow yourself to fucking see me? Like, brush off all this, Ferdy's crazy, he's taking drugs, he has a psychosis. Like, put this away, because then you actually need to allow yourself to look at me and look at your own stuff. Because then you cannot brush it away. And do you have enough respect for me that you allow yourself to do that? This will be fucking amazing. And then you're seeing like, wow, this guy is fucking honest. He's solid as fuck and he's doing the best he can. And sure, he fucks up, but you know what? He's fucking owning it, apologizing, and speaking about it. All right, let's go to my list. YouTube comments, maybe Joe. Yeah, someone wrote a nice YouTube comment with some questions I want to get into. I didn't read the questions yet because I don't like I just like looked at it and I'm like, this is fun, but I don't like really read it, because then I already think what I will answer. I want to just like be as raw as possible. And maybe Joe. Yeah, let's talk about Joe Trank. I'm really proud of my brother. Like, he didn't like it that I ate animal products, and he called me out. And not just on social media, like he in his Insta story, and he did a reel, but also he messaged me directly. He sent me a fucking voice message. I have so much respect for that. Fucking say it in my face. This is what I love. I cannot see this anymore where people come and be like, oh, you're amazing, and then behind my back talk shit. Then fucking do it to my face. Tell me straight up. Do you have the guts to do that? And he has. And he told me. And I have so much respect for my brother, Joe, that he did that. And he did it in a pretty nice way. Like, just straight up. No bullshit. How he's feeling. And I was like, thank you. I'm gonna take some time to self-reflect. Like I told you, like when I was in the relationship with Brittany, and many of you were talking shit about it behind my back, but why didn't you tell me? And then afterwards, like, yeah, actually, I'm like, fuck you. Please next time be straight up to me. Please don't like say, oh yeah, and then behind my back. I don't like that. So I have so much respect for Joe to like send a voice message in my face. And then we kept chatting, and this was really healing for both of us. But you know how he did it? He actually came from his heart, like compassion. And this is what I encourage you. Like if you're so vegan, remember the roots. Harmless. Compassion. Like share how you're feeling, how my actions hurt you. I encourage you. Just this like putting yourself higher, better, judging from there that I'm doing something wrong ain't working. Okay, let's go in the comments. Oh, I'm coughing so much. Not just that I'm releasing, but also yesterday I smoked my wooden pipe again. I started smoking organic tobacco to help me ground. But I don't know how to do it. Because I'm actually burning it a lot, and then I just inhale the black burn, and this is like really unhealthy and makes me cough. So if you have tips how to smoke a wooden pipe and just pure tobacco, maybe I need to put in a filter or something, please reach out to me. I watch tutorials. I think I'm doing it right. But how, like I think, because they're actually burning the tobacco, and then of course it burns, you know? Like my DMT pipe, for example, it has a filter. Like this carbon filter, I think. So the DMT and the herbs I put in my DMT pipe aren't directly burned. It's just vaping it. So the powder gets, by the heat, turned into vape, and then I vape it. So vaping is healthier. So with the tobacco, can you vape? Maybe I have a vaporizer. Maybe I put the tobacco in my vaporizer. Maybe that works. I don't know. But I still have some trauma around my vaporizer because I only used it basically for DMT. And I don't want it to just give me flashbacks. And then I'm like, whoop. But I mean, as long as I feel good in my body, because I'm at this level now where I'm 24/7 on DMT vibration. You listen to my podcast? Guess what? You can feel it. I cannot bullshit. No one can bullshit because we all have energy sensing. You know in your body that this is real. And what I experience on DMT, like microdosing or coming out, is how I see reality now 24/7. Sometimes more, sometimes less intense, but I'm on this vibration. And it's a little scary and a little lonely and still at the beginning of feeling comfortable in my body. Oh yeah. Hallelujah. So yeah, I'm coughing a lot. Vicky also was like, stop smoking. I'm like, but I'm afraid I will then take another drug. Like I kind of like need something to like cope with this awake shit. Yeah. So what's another drug? You want to know the ultimate drug? Connection. Then we don't need drugs. So yeah, that's why if you're like reaching out to me from a level of compassion and love, I actually feel connected, and this helps me the most. So if you actually care about me and want to help me, then just like, again, share your story so I can feel connection to you. I'm like, oh, I see myself in you. I'm not alone. Like how you feel. Many of you feel connected watching this podcast because I'm sharing my story and you see yourself in me a lot and you feel connected. You're like, oh, I'm not in this shit alone. Oh, I'm not the only one. And I would love to feel the same. If that makes sense. Let's take a deep sip. Oh, I don't like this cough. Mommy, I'm sorry that I started smoking. I want to stop. But it's so fun though. How about these things where you just like, those non-nicotine things that are just fun? Maybe I get some of those. Welcome back, Ferdi. You seem to be doing better after some sleep rest. Thank you. These are like the lines that like, I feel seen. I feel compassion. I appreciate it. In brackets, only you know for sure if that's an accurate statement or not. This comment is mainly going to be a bunch of clarifying questions, as sometimes it's hard to keep track of who's who and what their role/place is currently in your sphere of influence. First question. Feeling a need/finding it difficult to stay grounded, has this always been a reoccurring theme? Great question. No, actually not, because I have an amazing family. Huge shout outs to my mom for creating such a safe, grounded space for me to grow up. I grew up so grounded. My mom was like, if you don't smoke until you're 18, I will pay your driver license. And of course I wanted that. So I didn't smoke. And my mom was like, don't use drugs. And I listened for a long time. Until I like moved to Berlin, and at my early 20s, magic mushrooms. I still love them, don't get me wrong. But it's all about balance, which is also a bitch. So yeah, pretty much growing up, grounded wasn't a huge issue for me. Like, I always was this, and I have many memories of what the fuck. Looking back now, oh, I actually get it too much. Oh shit. But then quickly I got sucked in the matrix again, which served me really well to stay grounded in this timeline. Fall in line. Which wasn't necessarily always fun, no. But at least it felt pretty decent in my body. So huge shout outs to my family, especially my mom. And then my 20s, I took self-responsibility. I'm so proud of myself. My early 20s had only a couple psychedelic experiences with magic mushrooms. And that's it. Like, I took them, and then like 2 years, I took a break. I was so disciplined of like following my excitement in a grounded way. I didn't use those words back then. I mean, I did. I listened to Bashar like really for a long time. But I had like so much excitement in the 3D to build my Vegains empire, vegan savages, let's go, building muscle as a vegan, studying nutrition, finding the Bible, Dr. Michael Greger, studying all his work and all the other plant-based doctors, working with Nico Rittenau and doing Ask Nikos, going to the gym every day, sharing those healthy lifestyle choices and this positivity I have, which was like, what's the word that it like inflicted? No, courageous, where like everyone loved it because they wanted some positivity. So I was like vlogging a lot and going on trips to like Austria with my friends, and we're just like practicing healthy lifestyle choices together. Like, we're working out in the morning on our balcony in the sun, drinking our smoothie, going for a hike, having our lunch box. Here, this is all my vegan snacks. This is my muesli. Now it's time to rest. Now it's time that we be social and have fun and structure my next training for tomorrow. This is my new training plan. Writing my ebooks. There were so many projects. Like, I made an app. I started my merchandise. I started my recipe channel, which like blew up like crazy. Started to like do social in German and in English. My infographics on Instagram. Also starting a vegan meme page, Vegains memes. Like, so much. 3D. Wow. I could grow there, making money, helping people. Wow. Staying really grounded. Amazing. So much nostalgia for this time. Wow. Then Bali. Oh. My appendix ruptured. Surgery after surgery. Almost dying after almost dying. 5th surgery. Hello. Oh my God. I'm here now too. Who's speaking? My higher self. What I would call a walk-in experience. My third eye turned on. All of a sudden, I'm this alien. Like, really in the flesh. Before, I was it, but not so much in the flesh. Just like really connected to it. And since 2020, this walk-in experience, down in the suit. Like, I open my eyes and I'm like, oh, I've looked through many other eyes. Wow, I'm in this suit right now. Being a human. That's funny. Now that I'm down here. And then I was trying to like, I go back to recovering from my surgeries, veganism, bodybuilding. But I was here. So I was like, what are you doing? You want to go back in your box? There's no box. Try. It's getting depressive. And I was trying so hard. And I do recipe videos again. And I'm at Rocker Nutrition now. And what are you doing there? I just want to be a good influencer. Well, you're turning Rocker Nutrition vegan and you're best friends with Julian Zietlow and you're like waking him up. Wow, that's what you're doing there actually. But my inner kid was, I just want like be next to Paul Unterleitner, and like we're like brothers, and I'm an influencer, and I show this product. What are you doing? You're here to wake them up. And then I became more and more alien, where many of you like lost me, that they couldn't follow or didn't want to follow anymore. And many are coming back because they saw like, whoop, this vibration is too much for me. Ferdi is crazy. Whatever label you want to give me, judge it. So you can brush it away, but it sticks to you. And eventually, when your soul chooses to wake up and you actually pick up the call, okay, I choose it. Many of you come back to me. Hello, welcome back. All good. You don't need to apologize. I know I didn't make it hard, easy for you. I like made it really hard actually to keep liking me, keep following me. I got like a big ego. I was like really a little too much. I was like really over sexualized, like in my jokes and everything. I was just like saying things a little too directly, hurting people a lot. Talking a little too much about aliens, disassociating from my feelings, waking people up a little too much. So because I didn't want to feel alone here, and didn't allow like their feelings and all this stuff. So many actually followed me to the direction I was going, which is like raising your vibration without allowing your body to catch up and not feeling. Not nice. I'm really sorry. I own up for that. So this is, you can see, this is when the uncrownedness started. My surgeries 2020, I was, so 2020, so I was 28 years young. Now I'm 31, so yeah, like the last 3 years is grounded is a challenge. But like at the beginning it wasn't so hard. I could still hold it a lot because I was like still pretty chubby. And then why do you think I took testosterone? Because I wanted to try it, but also inject testosterone in your ass every single day so you're more dense because you're addicted to fucking DMT. You smoke it so often. Sometimes I smoke DMT 8 times per day. Hello. It's like, yeah, but hey, you other people watch Netflix like 8 episodes of Game of Thrones per day. Why can I not chill with my aliens 8 episodes per day? It's my free will. And yeah, it's my free will, so I did it. But also higher self made sure, like, okay, if you're fucking doing that to the extreme, you need to, like, here's testosterone. But then it wasn't in a healthy way, so the pimples started and I got so watery and chubby that I needed to stop. Because it's all about balance. I was out of balance in both extremes, so it needs to come back into the middle. Like, we can go on all these adventures, but eventually balance is where it's at. So that's why also I lived in Berlin, because it's pretty grounding, pretty dense. The people there, and I could feed on that. Like the meetups I was doing, I could be so fly and la 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 and alien and wake up. And they were liking it because it was waking them up, and I was loving their problems, their stuff. It like holded me. But then like it got really challenging coming to Kopangan and getting together with Brittany. Then I got grounding became a huge issue. And in Brittany, she, I'm not joking, saved my life many times to hold me in this reality. Because she's actually really grounded. And I'm sorry that I made her ungrounded. And then she needed to hold it for us together. Really sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. And that she had to hold our emotional reality for both of us. Because I was disassociating, not feeling. And then she was in it for both of us. And feeling alone in it. Well done, Ferdi. Good job. But then I'm further on my alien journey, right? Are you though? No. Yeah. Can't Rush Your Healing. This is a great song. If you don't know the song, You Can't Rush Your Healing, check it out. I listened to it on repeat many times. Because now that I'm feeling better, I already like wanna like, oh yeah, I wanna like, because there's so much to feel. There's so much to catch up. Like when my dad passed away, my whole family stuff. Oh my God. Going there earlier with Vicky, I cried. Yep. And there's still a lot of tears that want to come out. Let's take a deep breath. Next question. Vicky, what exact does therapy with Vicky entail? As in, what activities/services do they provide and which do partake in? Well, synchronistically, I already answered that question. So yeah, I talked about it. Do you have many friends where you live in general, and how many of them aren't psychonauts? Oof, that's a tough question. That's a really tough question. So, where do you live? I live right now in Kopangan. Do you have many friends here? Yes and no, depending how you define many. I would answer yes. I feel greatly supported by my community, because for me it's not about how many get you, but who gets you. And it doesn't need many if they're actually a vibrational match that can hold you. And I do have a handful of people that can really hold me. And they're really different, which is so important. Like Vicky, she's like my mother in the spiritual realm of this quest I'm on. Richard, he's like my adopted godfather in the Matrix. That like when I got this nasty message from someone I talked like 2 or 3 podcasts ago about, that like really got in my head, he sent me a 7-minute voice message and saved my ass. Because this guy I received the voice message, the message from, he's like really good in the system, and Richard as well. So wow, I could then connect to that. I'm not crazy. Like I have support in the system as well. And then Rich, who hosted my ayahuasca ceremony, so solid. Just like no getting caught up in stories, in aliens. Just like he gets it. And it's so solid, so grounded. Floki. I spoke about him in the last podcast a lot, so if you want to know his vibration, check it out. And like many more. Like some of them I named, like Richard, he's not on this island, but we're in contact every day. He checks in multiple times per day. On this island, Anna, she is also checking in a lot. She's like living in the collective, taking care of the animals. She's good friends with Brittany, and it's like another mother energy. I'm not making her my mother, but like her and I, she's like really crowning for me. She's checking in. I go and visit the animals. I'm gonna bring stuff over. It's really crowning. It's really nice. Marisa, she's a judge in the system. And it's also great to have her as a support network. And there are many more. Like I have actually many people in different ways that now that I allow it, now that I'm reachable, hello, you can reach me, and I'm teachable, that I actually allow it in because I humbled myself. And like Eve, Carl, Victor, Jonathan, like Victor and Jonathan, they're here on the island. I met them yesterday, like, and we were just like hanging out in the gym. Victor, he came in the evening and he helped me set up my streaming setup because I'm excited to eventually start streaming. Really excited, actually. But I want it to be on point. And how we set it up, it wasn't fully on point. Because I'm excited to stream a lot in German. So we can react to music, like German rap. But for that, I want to like hear myself and what I'm reacting to. And how we set it up, I could only hear like my desktop and not my microphone. And I want to make like a show. I want to like full energy, like not half-assing something, but like full-assing this if the setup is on point. And also like having a studio. Like here it's a really like harmonious, quiet vibration, which is perfect for this podcast, but not like to bounce to German rap or like play World of Warcraft together. And I just want to like hang out with you where you can ask questions and we're just like chilling together. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I'm working, and thanks for Victor. Like again, he helped me yesterday greatly. Like now I get OBS, the software, where I had some trauma because I was just like always going multidimensional, seeing myself infinite times. He was like, don't you worry, deep breath, I help you fix it. And he did. He did. So yeah, I just named a bunch, and there are many more. And there are also many more that are my dear friends, but I hurt them. And I'm excited to become friends again. Like Philipp, mein Lebensretter, Julian Zietlow, Keenam, Luca, he's so great. Like he called me right after ayahuasca, and this also like really saved me. Shout outs to Luca. And yeah, I can name so many more. Like if I haven't named you, I'm sorry, because this would go on forever. I feel really helped by my community. And it's just like you're never alone unless you want to believe you're alone. You're not alone. Just you gotta reach out. You gotta like allow it in. You gotta allow it in. And I wasn't allowing it in for a while. Like Tanya, for example, not my ex-girlfriend, but another Tanya. She just shared the most amazing German rap playlist with me. Aufs Maul is the name, like in your face. And I asked her, am I allowed to share it? I'm gonna link it down below. And I was like, her playlist fucking saved me. And now we're like texting on WhatsApp. Now she's like one of my best friends. Because if you're having that kind of music taste, like me, like I love you. And now I allow it in. So here's my WhatsApp number. Hi, Tanya, nice to meet you. Here's a song for you. So if I don't forget, a German rap playlist down below, but it's just that you know, it's hardcore. Like if you right now just found the light or like remembered the light again and want to stay there, maybe not right now. This is when you're like, are too much in the light and want to make it fucking cool. Because you only see light and then like, yeah, what's the point? Let's make it cool. Let's play with darkness. And let's discover the darkness because we know we will never lose the light at this point. I can like really go in the darkness and my shadows and really go in. Whoa, there's something came out there. Yeah, and I'm not afraid of it anymore because I know I always find my way back. So this playlist is like that. Fuck yeah. All right. And yeah, I answered that question. Are you in contact with your friends, family in Germany? Yeah, family, I want to rebuild it. I want to call my mom this weekend, and I would love to call my mom like every week, and we're just like slowly building a relationship again where we just share love, you know? Yeah, that's it. Okay, I feel complete. Here's the lighter. That was my turn of the sharing round. Thanks for listening. And now it's your turn in the comments down below. Again, what helps me the most is if it comes from a place of compassion. Like these questions. Amazing. I loved it. You can feel the vibration. It's compassion, connection. And this person sees me and has some questions, and this person wants to understand me more. Oh my God, yeah, please, I want to be more understood. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Until next time, peace out.